we would like to talk about what's happening beyond the developed markets and what's the new age emerging markets in the developing world. And what are these markets all about? What's the opportunities? What's these markets all about? What is the experience of some established retailers who have moved into these markets? What's their experience been? What challenges they have faced? So that any of your businesses who are already set up there or looking to get set up, we can take some cues and some learnings from there.
We are today one of the biggest global players in luxury, and we have, as of 2011, about 800 stores, around directly operated stores around the world. By the end of 2012, we will probably have a little bit more than 900 stores. And this only talks about our directly operated stores. We have lots of franchise relationships around the world, particularly, especially in Asia Pacific, where in some of the emerging markets, we have began our business through relationships and franchising.
All of our stores outside of the UK are franchise operated. Apart from, we own Magasin du Nord in Denmark, which we bought ourselves and run as a separate Magasin Fascia. But the rest remain franchise operations. I said the biggest part of our business is Middle East. We work with MHL Shire across 7 countries. We've got 25 stores with sizes varying from 5,000 square meters to about 12,000 square meters. We have a very different model in different parts of the world. So we've gone, but what we do generally tend to do is enter the emerging markets first. We tend to get first entry advantage by going into markets where the middle classes are developing, but the retail has been slow to match that development. So as I say, with the Middle East 15 years ago, we started with a small store in Bahrain with 5,000 square meters. And that business has now grown to over a $500 million business for Alshire. In Europe, we tended to focus more on Eastern Europe and Southern Europe, so such as Cyprus, where we've got 10 stores, as opposed to the Western European markets, where, frankly, there's already a large department store market indigenous into those markets. So we've gone to Eastern Europe, and then we've now gone into the Caucasus, so we're in countries like Azerbaijan, Armenia, Kazakhstan, and Azerbaijan, and also recently gone into India. Well, about 3 or 4 years ago now, gone into India. That's been a very tough market, but we now believe we're the right partner, and that will grow exponentially over the next 5 years. And then really, it's looking at what markets we can develop then into Southeast Asia. So we're in Vietnam, Philippines, Malaysia, Indonesia, and we are obviously now looking at China as being a next area for us there. In Asia, as I say, we'll look at, you can sort of see the stores we've got open and the stores we're looking at this moment in time. So we would expect to see that as being our biggest area of growth over the next 5 years, particularly China.
Brazil is the second association in the world in franchising. We have more than 1,200 members. The franchise system in Brazil is growing a lot. The last 10 years, we have increased the numbers between 10 and 15% around each year. This year will be not different. This year we project by the government at the beginning of the year a growth of 5%. They decreased to 4, to 3, to 2. Thank you for Europeans for the cries, okay? Thank you. And just now, we are increasing all the banks tell us to the market around the 1.6% in the economy. But in franchise system, we increase between 14 and 15. And the general retail in Brazil will increase this year like 7-8% in 1 year. In Brazil, we are waiting for new brands for other countries because we have only 106 companies for a night. It's a short number, less than Mexico, less than Colombia, less than Peru. And so it's a great opportunity to take your brands to Brazil?
I think when we enter markets, in these emerging markets, one of the most important things we look at, of course, aside from the economic fundamentals, would be the social demographics. What is going on? Is there a level of affluence that can really support our business? Since most of our very strong part of our business is luxury, so we try to see, would this market be able to absorb the kind of business we want to bring in? And for the brands that we have, we don't open small stores. Our stores are flagship stores where we have 1,500 square meters. We have also 4 very strong brands who can open flagship stores. So we look at these markets in its totality. We look at the affluence, the kind of people. We look at the level of, for example, we also look at the level of mobile subscribers. In China today, there are about 900 million mobile subscribers for the cell phone. So the kind of information that you can move and you can transfer just through their mobile phone is incredible. There are 565 million people who are online in China. So I can't begin to tell you the kind of the e-business that we can make just by being able to communicate to our customers. We are constantly evolving into something and trying to bring something new to the Chinese customer, because many of you think that the Chinese customer is, I don't know, has not traveled, is not very exposed, but you will be surprised with the kind of information that gets through them, and this is all through the internet. So we value this kind of method in reaching our customer.
The world is changing. It's getting concentrated. It's 3.8 billion people alone which live in Asia, out of which, so these are the key markets across the globe, as Mr. Ricardo also mentioned. It's Latin America, a lot of it is Asia, with China, India, Turkey, part of Turkey, which is, and then obviously Korea, Thailand, Vietnam, Indonesia, which are becoming new hotspots. So what's making it grow? It's obviously the huge growth of the middle class. So as you rightly showed the graph for Brazil, the pyramid, which is typically inverted pyramid, is of a society, it's a standard pyramid. It's becoming more like a rhombus, is where the middle class is actually becoming larger and fatter.